Hello, I'm Mathieu from Ludovox, and today we are at the Essen Spiel 2016 with Giuliano from Cranio Creations. Hi, Giuliano.
Hi, everybody.
So you're the publisher of Cranio.
One of the publisher, yes, I am the editor in Cranio, so I follow the projects and let an idea of the game become a real game.
And as you showed the box of Lorenzo il Magnifico, you will be able to tell us what it is.
Yes, Lorenzo il Magnifico is our new release in Essen. It is an Euro game, so it's a gamer's game, but with a medium level of complexity. It is a 2 to 4 players game. It lasts 90 minutes, and the age is, of course, 14 or plus.
Okay, so the theme is going to be about Lorenzo, I think.
Yeah, the theme is a Renaissance Florence, where each player try to conquer fame and glory by playing some historical famous character and try to build their family fame.
So it was a very big hit here at Essen, and you sold out very quickly, right?
Yes, we sold out more than 700 copies in just 2 days.
Congratulations on that. So how do we win the game? Is it a victory point game, like indicated by this track, I think?
Yes, it is a victory points game. There are several ways to collect victory points, as we will show you. But definitely, yes, you win with victory points.
So what do we do in a player turn?
In the player turn, we have 4 actions that we can do. This is a worker placement game. We have these 4 pawns, 3 colored of our color and 1 uncolored. On the top of each workers, you have stickers that connect each family member with a die. So, for example, we have these 3 family members. 1 is related to the orange die, 1 to the white, and 1 to the black die. Because at the beginning of each round, we will roll the dice. That means that for this round, all the orange label family members has that value. So this is not a luck influence in the game, because the dice we roll affects on every players at the same way. The value of the family member is because all the action that we can do has a minimum request value to be performed, and sometimes we want to perform higher values action to activate our cards. In details, what we can do during our round is to buy cards. We have 4 different types of cards. We go to the market down there to collect resources, and then we can go to do these 2 types of action, the production and the harvest, to activate our line of cards.
So I have a question about the workers, because I see that the basic actions there only hold 1. So is it 1 and up or just 1?
Just 1 worker for a single space action normally, but some space action, for example this large space action here and these 2 here, allows you to place more family members.
I meant about the figures. So for example, can I do this with my 5? Can I take this action?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted if it was a minimum or that you had to meet exactly the requirement.
No, it's just the minimum value requested. You can always perform an action that requires a lower value than your family members.
So what about the uncolored pawn?
The uncolored pawn, it belongs to each player. So each player has 1. With, as you can see, we have the yellow stickers on this uncolored pawn, but it has a 0 on it. So its value is always 0. You can ask why, because all the action has a minimum value of 1. Fortunately, there is a resource in the game, the servants, that we can spend to increase the value of our family members. And we can use the servants both on the uncolored family members or on the colored family members.
I was going to ask because I saw a seven-sided die here, so I guess that's how you reach 7 and get these actions.
By spending the servants, or if you have a card that gives you a bonus.
How do we get the cards then?
So all the towers here have a space action that allows to keep the related card. For example, we have the green cards here, the territories. So the territories usually gives you resources or points. The characters here instead gives you the bonus, as I told you. For example, these cards here gives you a +2 when you get purple cards, and so on. The building cards, the yellow cards, gives you resources and allows you to change resources into points or into other resources. The purple cards, the ventures, gives you victory points at the end of the game.
So how do we get the historical characters that we can see at the other side of the table?
So we have other cards called the leader cards. We use them only in the advanced rule games, in the complete game. They have a requirement to be satisfied to be played. So for example, on the next to the image of the character, we have the requirement to be played. For example, this character here can be played only if you have 10 woods in your personal supply. Or for example, if you have 5 purple cards. So as you can see, the requirements are pretty strong. So we can play the leaders only after 3-4 rounds of the game. But then their special ability are really strong. So usually we are trying to play at least 1 or 2 leaders in our game.
So what is the typical effect of a leader? For example, this one, what does it give? It gives you a point of reputation with the church?
Yes, this leader gives you 1 faith points each round.
So what are these faith points?
Faith points are for showing our faith to the Vatican. There is a phase during the game that it occurs only 3 times in the game. Well, the games last 6 rounds, by the way. So the Vatican report phase allows us to show our faith. So here we have the faith point track, and during this phase, if we don't have enough faith points, we suffer an excommunication. And that's bad, because the excommunication gives us a malus for the rest of the game. And we definitely don't want to get excommunicated. But we can decide, even if we have enough faith points, to be excommunicated as well, because if we can go further and further on the faith track, at the end of the game we will get several victory points.
So I guess that you need to have at least 3 faith points on the first. Okay, so 3, 4, and 5 every Vatican check.
Yes, but when you prevent yourself from an excommunication, you must lose all of your faith points to prevent it. Then you score the number of victory points indicated by the step, but you prevent yourself from the excommunication.
Okay, so you told us that the game would end after 6 rounds, then we count the victory points that are indicated on the cards that we've got on this track, and that's it?
No, we got victory points also for our territories. As you can see on our personal board, we get 1, 4, 10 or 20 victory points if we got all the territories card. We got points for our character cards, it depends on how many cards we have. And we score victory points also for the number of resources we have at the end of the game in our personal supply.
And what are these shields here?
The shields are the military points, and the military track is on the right of the board. The territory cards has no cost on the card, but to buy a territory cards we have to have enough military points to conquer that territory.
So is it a game that you found at a fair like Essen, or was it something that you developed back home in Milano?
We developed the game back in Milano. Actually, the first idea of the game was given to another publisher, another big publisher, Hans Zimmer. I don't know if I can say the name. Actually, they work on the game for a year, and then they decide not to do it because they didn't found the correct balancing or way to develop it correctly. Then the game came back to us, and we, with our development team and with Simone Luciani, which is one of the famous game designer in Italy, and cooperates with Cranio for the development and the hunting phase in the company. We introduced this worker placement mechanics, which was not included in the first idea of the game, and so we found this way to create this final solution.
Okay, and what types of games do you like at Cranio? I mean, as gamers, not as publishers.
Okay, we are quite open-minded, let's say. Actually, we are 4 associated in the company. One of us definitely is a hardcore gamers. The other one is Simone Luciani, so it's quite gamers game, but not, let's say, a medium-level game. The other associated is completely party gamers, and I am the flexible one, so I can play for hours at a game, or I can decide to play party games, and I have fun either ways.
So, as a publisher, what interests you when you see a new game?
Well, we are interested basically in new mechanics. If we can see something that is completely new, of course, we are definitely attracted by it. The other things that we are focused on is the gaming feeling that you have while you play in the games. So, for example, even in a Euro-style game, we try to not to, for example, have a long downtiming between players, and of course, we are looking for something that you enjoy playing, not only something that you think about.
Okay, and I think we've covered almost everything that we needed to know to play Lorenzo in Magnifico. So bye bye, and see you on the box.
Taram,